me,
Yeah.
right? I gotta switch to my. All right, so when I switch to you, oh, it goes. No, but then I gotta switch to you like this. All right, so you're 4.
Hmm.
All right, so I'm going to see. I'm going to announce it in 1 minute, and we're good. We're just gonna go from there.
Awesome.
And like I said, like if you don't mind talking, which is dope, and this looks shitty, but it's all good. No, that looks bad. 10 o'clock. Oh, shit. I mean, we're definitely live.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, we're definitely live. Whatever. Show them what's going on. Welcome to the Play Myself Show. I'm Miles, and with me now, I have a man who is running for mayor of my favorite city, which is Schenectady. So I'll let him introduce himself because he is who he is, and he has a lot to say. So the camera will be on him the most of the time because we already talked about like the camera stuff. But yeah, I'll just be like a talking head, maybe, and I'll come back to me if like I hit like a hot take or whatever.
Yeah.
And if anybody's not hearing us in the chat, let us know. But yeah, we have Orlondo Hundley.
Oh, you gotta put the R or that's what I gotta clear up. Or Orlando. Orlando will do it. You know, if it's not getting done, Orlando might do it.
Hold on, so now see, you're making me want to bring it back to me on the camera shit, but I'm just telling you like, oh, Orlando?
Yeah, no. Because
what differentiates that then?
What do you mean?
Like, what makes it like? All right, you're saying that like it's Orlando, but it's spelled like Orlando.
No. Orlondo. We got the A out of there.
Okay,
yeah,
but I would still say Orlando.
Or.
All right, dude, you got me.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you got me.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, it's your name.
Yeah.
But so what made you run for mayor of Schenectady? Or think you can do it?
Well, a lot of people think that they can do things. Frankly, I think we just like exist at a point where like people hold over your head that you don't have the information,
right? While
gatekeeping the information.
I hate that.
No, and it's just like for like local government and like what we're dealing with right now. You know, they live on the fact, and a lot of these people exist on the fact that you don't know their name.
Okay,
they're unseen. And you'll talk to them, and you'll be asking a good question like, why are you raising my taxes?
Right.
And they'll go, well, you don't even know what's going on. Well, you don't tell me what's going on. And so
you don't feel like it's public information though?
Not to the level we need it to be. I feel like a lot of our money goes places that, we can't even track it. And it gets spent on things that that don't directly benefit us. And I think if like we see like hospitals closing, and it's like this is like beyond Schenectady, because like when we talk about Schenectady, I think like we were just talking about like how many people we've reached. We're reaching people outside of Schenectady with the campaign, and that's because I mean in upstate New York, in rural areas and urban areas, the way everything is set up, it's contradictory, and it's just like you can say something about Schenectady and hits 75% of the country, just like,
of course.
So like we see hospitals shut down, but they'll open bars.
Right.
We see CVS close, right? And it's like downtown Schenectady, you got all this development with apartments, and you sell these apartments with like affordability, and you sell these apartments with convenience, and like what's convenient about having to drive to Scotia to get your medicine?
Nothing.
And it's just like on the point of medicine, what's convenient about the fact that we live at a time where DoorDash is delivering insulin, and people are having to wait all day to get their insulin.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
So, and it's just like this is what I'm hearing. So, and it's just and that goes into the whole, like, we rely on a lot of we allow companies to do things that shouldn't be profit driven, and the city won't do it because they feel as if they're impeding on private interests. But we can get on this because
so like that's where I'll come in, right? So like like I'm a libertarian, right? Just in nature, like I'm a libertarian. I feel like I was born a libertarian, just like and like Ayn Rand is one of my heroes. But what I'll tell you is this: like, you're 100% right that the companies have their interests. We live in a capitalistic society, so they have their interests. Their interest and what they want is for their shareholders, right?
Yeah,
that's fair. Like, if I buy a stock, I want that stock to go up. You know what I mean? But at the same time, if you're a city, like you said, like the Uber thing, right? Because I've been to Austin, and they like canceled Uber, and their city does their own thing, right?
Oh, shit, you put me on.
No, and that's fire. Like, that's possible. So what I'm saying is, like, yeah, things like that need to happen. But when you look at like what's up with Schenectady, it's like almost like, man, I don't even want to bring Allen Houston into it, but it's like an Allen Houston deal. You a Knicks fan?
No.
So Allen Houston was a great shooter, right? But like, the Knicks signed him for like 10, 15 years. He got hurt. We still pay him to this day. You get what I'm saying?
Yes. No.
And then it's like, like somebody can make a handshake, tell you, okay, if you're gonna do this, bro, just make sure he's good, and things like that. I'm not 100% sure if that's what's going on. Yeah. But it kind of seems like it, because like I'm a stats-driven person. I'm a metrics guy. I was in the military. I did personnel in the military for so long, where the metrics is everything. So when I'm looking at the numbers, I'm like, bro, it ain't gonna happen. Yeah. Right? It ain't gonna happen, because it's just like, whether you call it like the good jobs or the bad jobs or whatever, the fact of the matter is, if people can't own here, it will never be worth it. Meaning that if I can't buy my house here, pay good taxes here, and live at a median income, which like what's the median income for Schenectady? Like 56,000 or whatever. So if 54,000, if I can't be there, then never. But then, like, the rent is cheap. You know what I mean? So it's like, it has to go both ways to a point where it has to be an agreement, or it has to be something that maybe, I'm not a political science major, so I don't really know. What I do know is leadership, and it's like somebody has to say, from the top, has to say what it's going to be and how it's going to happen and execute.
Well, no, and it's like you saying, from, like as a point of leadership, I don't think it's true that like any city really, like, people for years, for like my entire adult life, people say like focus on the local level. Yeah. But what ability does a local government at this moment really have to decide its future? When you're dealing with the state, when you're dealing with the federal government, when you're dealing with banks, when you're up against the ability to raise money, right? Raise revenue, and that's a big thing. That's the through line. How are we raising revenue? And if it's just on property taxes, and then you got all these idle properties, right? Where it's just sitting there, and it becomes interesting. But I think a big part of this campaign is like Schenectady, as many cities across this country are about to do, is declaring its independence. Like it really needs, it's like a word I love, sovereignty. It needs its sovereignty from the way that the state wants to do things. I think it's like we have this thing called Metroplex, and like there's nothing metro about it. Ain't nothing moving about it.
Okay.
You know, we got sidewalks that look like not sidewalks. We got roads that are disturbed. We got, as New York, as something who we have a huge train history. You know, it's like we're the electric city, and that's like we're the city that lit the world, but the rest of that is we're the city that lit the world and hauled it. And we ain't been doing that for a minute.
Okay.
So it's just like we have to. It's not just about like what like I'm a young man running for mayor of Schenectady, New York, one of the oldest cities in the country, which we got older than the country, has the name given to us by the Native Americans. So it's not just about our future. It's very much about what we've done and what we accomplished and how we can pull on our past. And it's just like for upstate New York, Schenectady is in a unique position for upstate New York, and that's we have an ability. When it comes to numbers, and dollars spent, we put $400+ million into downtown Schenectady, and the way I see it, and a lot of the people I like in my generation, the way we're seeing it is, we could have put that on a rail system for upstate New York.
Let me tell you this. I'm gonna push back on that, right?
Okay, please.
So,
please.
It's all perspective.
Yeah.
Because that's why I moved to Schenectady. So
why did you move to Schenectady?
So I'll tell you this. So Metroplex and is it Metroplex or Metro with the school bus people? Right downtown. Whatever.
Transfinder?
Transfinder.
Okay.
So Transfinder was in the deal with a local entrepreneur incubator that I was like active in, and they said, "Oh, the next meeting is in Schenectady," and I lived in Albany at the time, and I came in and I was like, "Wow, this is great." I mean, he bought us drinks, he bought us dinner, but we met in the Proctor's, and it was basically like a Shark Tank for entrepreneurs. They had ideas, and like we just partied after, and it was awesome. And I was like, man, this city's gonna do it. You know what I mean? Just off what the dudes from Transfer were telling me, I was like, yo, this is awesome because it's thriving in that capacity.
How long ago was that?
I want to say this is like 11 years ago.
Okay, so
I'm dating myself.
No,
finish my story.
Yeah.
So what I thought and what I heard, right, just like the entrepreneurs, because the entrepreneurs were always super optimistic about what's gonna happen, right? Even though most of the time it never happens. That we were gonna have things here, whether it be a new mayor, and this is maybe it's something I'm giving you right now.
Yeah.
But we were gonna get like incentive programs to rebuild that electricity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like skip the double entendre, but dead ass, right?
Yeah.
The electricity. So it was gonna be like small business grants, kind of like what Troy did with the bid, right? That was awesome. Right?
You
know,
love Troy. Shout out Troy.
No, Vic Christopher. He was on that. And like I worked with him. He got me my first like deal.
Yeah.
Right? And it was awesome. But I'm like, man, Schenectady doesn't have anything like that. Right? Like I'll go to City Hall and I always look for properties, whatever. And like it's not as easy as one might think, but it might be easy for someone who just buys properties. It just wasn't easy for me.
Yeah.
Right? And that's kind of like what you're saying. But like those things where it's like there's no actual hub for like, maybe us to meet with someone. Because like my encounters with the mayor, the current sitting mayor, and I have nothing like against him, but like we argued, and he probably doesn't remember. Right? But it was on simple shit. Right? It was like, yo, bro, if these guys that got this grant are college kids, most of the people that like draw those shits up are college kids, and like they're gonna execute because like we breed engineers here, right? And he was just like, yo, use the money. And I was like, yo, so like my street that I lived at, and Wendell was right there, right? And Ellis is right there, right? And I was just like, yeah, bro, just make that shit a one-way, free. Like, you got the power, so make it a one-way. the only people who might have like two-way access is like say like an ambulance or the cops, right? On an emergency. But again, I don't know anything. It just seems simple and free, like a power move to me, right? Rather than spend that $200,000 because we got it from somebody else. But bro, like spend that somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like whatever they did, like I've been up there, but I haven't like seen it to where it was like worth me watching. But it was like, yo, you just try to spend the money. The traffic is still on window.
Yeah.
You don't care. So you spend the $100,000, $200,000 putting lights up and everything, but for what? And like that's kind of like the sentiment I get from you with the like, yo, make the dollars count. If I feel like if people, this is my thought, I feel like if people in Schenectady feel more inclusive to everything and anything that's going on, we would thrive more as a city.
Yeah. So, and it's just like I just like to juxtapose you coming here 11 years ago and being in Proctor's and the idea that they were promising you this electricity and you felt it and it's still here. I mean,
as an entrepreneur.
Yeah, no. Yeah. And the thing is, a lot of us, like, we're all in a way entrepreneurs. We're all in a way trying to build something. Yeah. You know, so I come into seeing Proctor's a little bit differently because I don't know if you're familiar with Apostrophe Cafe.
No.
Okay, so Apostrophe Cafe used to be a cafe that was open to the public in Proctor's. And me and my friends, after we graduated high school, we planned events there. We sat there, we chopped up, we edited videos, we used the Wi-Fi, we used the space because it's Proctor's. We're from Schenectady.
Right.
And we used that space and we were in my mind, and what is very true, and I think I even like running for mayor is like a confirmation of this. Like we were at that point making history with no dollars from Metroplex, just wanting to do it. And I like that's 2015, so that's like around the time that you were coming here, and it's 10 years later, and Apostrophe Cafe is no longer open to the public, and Proctor's is getting $1 million from the county and the city to expand an ambassador program that doesn't touch outside of downtown. So it's just like I find it funny that, you know, we have all these institutions and very little pathways for people like myself, you know, people in my ilk, people like myself to find their way into Union College, to find their way into Proctor's, to find their way into the leadership of SEC. So it's just like that's and it's our money being spent and we have no say. And it's just like, that's like, I'll go back to that with the Metroplex thing. Every time you make a purchase in Schenectady, your money is going into an account that probably earns interest, and it is being spent on luxury projects when we need dentist office, when we need doctors, when we need when we need a whole host of things. We need bike lanes.
Do you think that's obtainable though?
What? Dentist office?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. See, the thing is, on a local level, very much so, because
I'm gonna push back on that.
No, because on long term and on a local level, it has to be possible. It has to be.
No, I would say, look, I would say that it's possible. I would say, okay, it's possible to open more dentist office and doctor office, but I feel like it would be up to the individual specialist, like a doctor or dentist, to do it. So I don't think that the city should or would have anything to do with that, because it's
definitely on the level of a cultural thing. It's definitely on the level of what incentives are you offering, because you can go up Union Street and you could see people operating out of residential. Right. So like that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's very much what we need to do in other corners of this city. And I mean, it's not just dentist office. It's laundromats. It's gyms.
All right. So you say, so look.
And that's not the city doing it. That's the people of the city doing it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So no, and that's a distinction we need to make, because it's not just the city doing it. It's the city getting out of the way of it. Because no, you a libertarian. I know. No. I know you need to hear it. You need to hear it. You get nervous.
Because I'm gonna push back crazy right now.
But no, and it is people. It is like, it's skills. It's just like, but what are we doing to build these skills? Like it's like, what are we actually? I know, even when it comes to carpentry, when it comes to electricians, getting older and older, and they're ready to retire. So who's gonna grab this baton?
All right. Let me hit you back on this. Watch this.
Mm-hmm.
Watch this. Watch this. Look, and it's not even like a shot towards you.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. I'm gonna ask you this question, but then I'm gonna answer first.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, okay, what's the like in the military we do 3 ups, 3 downs, right?
Yeah.
So I'll tell you what I think 3 ups are and 3 downs are in Schenectady, and then you can either agree but I want you to say your own. Even I know you got because you got a bunch of shit in your head. I know. So I'll tell you one is pride, right? So when I say pride, and I had big shout out to KJ. I had KJ Osama on, and I was like, yo, bro, like all the music is about leaving Schenectady, right? Not even him, just everyone. But I'm like, yo, you know why? Yo, we lost 55-7 to Gilderland, right? In basketball, right? Pat Riley's from here, right? So us losing 55-7 is crazy, right? That's not skill. That's just pride. There's no way you lose 55-7 or some crazy. I don't even know if that was the exact score, so don't like kill me on that. That right? I signed my son up for Little League, right? Made the jerseys. My son's golf made for the whole league.
Yeah.
Right? I was like, yo, hit me with the contract for the next 5 years. Next year, nothing. Right? Looking at the park, shitty. Right? Rotterdam right there, I'm like, damn, you got a junk truck? You got cut grass? How the fuck? Y'all a town, we a city. You see what I'm saying?
I see exactly what you're saying.
And like, so when I say pride, that's a huge thing, right? Because like now, yo, why would I care about this shit if it's treating my kids like this? You know what I mean? Why would I care about this if it's doing this there? It don't make no sense. Like for an extra effort. You see what I'm saying? It's all about that extra effort when you talk about like having a great city.
Yeah.
Right? Especially if we don't have anything that's like super, like we're not a big city. What is this considered a small or medium city?
I'd say this is a small city.
So 65,000 is a small city. But like, look, I like, so I've been to every single county in New York, right? Because I did Dom Ops. That was my last position in the military. So I've been to every single county, like 60. Let's call it the full sharp, right? Like Larry Sharp, right? I did the full sharp, right? And I've seen, like, this county is great, right? But even the county, right? Like, the county was, like, when I bought my house, it was backed up at the county. Now I'm a disabled vet. I got to pay taxes for the whole year when I shouldn't be paying any property tax.
Yeah.
But now we'll start on the 1st. But who eats that? Me. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Little things like that. And I know you have answers for all that, but those are like, these are my downs. And I got one more, then I'll give you my ups. The next down is just like you said, with the knowledge and the information. The city hall is a great place to go, right? I go there all the time. The police officers are very friendly. They're very, like, those guys do their thing. Some people in the office, like, they might have a case on a Monday sometimes, but you always get it done. You know what I mean? You always get what you got to get done. I go there once a week. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, man, if some of the hurdles that I didn't, like, overcome when I first started going were not, like, achieved, I probably would never go again. You know what I mean? So it's almost like a forbidden place.
Yeah.
So it's not like, it's not where you want to be. Even like in court, right? It's like you go to court there and it's like, man, people nervous and people like facing jail or whatever. And it's just like, everyone is just so like, I wouldn't even say like, they're so scheduled to the point where no one cares about you. And like that, to me, understanding leadership, that impedes very heavy on the city. You see what I'm saying? Because it's like, I'm just going through this, right? And we can't, like, what's the voter turnout? That's
under 10,000, yeah.
Under 10,000, right? Under 10,000 and 60,000. So you see what I'm saying? So it's just like the pride it's not there. Because like if you don't care, it's like like it's almost like Schenectady's become a middle ground. In my own understanding, it's become a middle ground where everyone wants to leave because it's like a lily pad rather than a place that you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
Especially as such a great city,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's not a place that you want to be.
So,
most people.
And it's just like before I give you like my three and three, it's do you see that as connected to the sort of planning and development that's taken place? Or, because I see it as a positive and negative. I talk to people who are very happy with the development that's taken place.
Right.
And I talk to a lot of people who have felt left behind by the development that's taken place. And then even internal to the people who are happy with the development, who have come here for the development, people feel as if it's a little confusing on how you reach these funds that you're directly contributing into. And even when it comes to Metroplex, once again, as a libertarian, as like someone like, I mean, if there's a capitalist,
you should be a libertarian.
No, and it's like I got my libertarian leanings.
Yeah.
But it's like my question, and this is one of them. Mm-hmm. It's just like, should a business be able to exist that doesn't sell a product? That's just statutorily collecting a sales tax, and it just happens. Like, should it?
What do you mean?
That's Metroplex. And that's how they fund their projects by They don't sell a product, and they're essentially a business. They operate as a business outside of above the county, above the mayors, above the town boards.
Above?
Yes, above, because it's all a matter of
above is a strong word.
No, above, and their power supersedes election cycles, and it's because what is a mayor supposed to do? How is a mayor supposed to raise revenue? And how can a mayor or a town board raise the amount of revenue that something like Metroplex? They're pulling revenue from a sales tax from across the county. And this unit is facing a problem where their water bill is about to go up.
Yeah.
Rotterdam.
I ain't worried about that.
But no. It's like if our money is going into the same pool, and you're talking about how Rotterdam has their lawns cut.
Right.
And
that's pride. No, I feel like that's pride.
Is that just pride?
Yeah.
No.
100%. 100%.
Well, it's easier to do that when your roads are intact. It's easier to
you're right.
It's definitely easier. Like, it's just like I deal with people who they plant what they can. Like you walk by Jerry Burrell, there are people growing gardens.
No, I grew a garden. So I grew a garden, but I'll tell you this. It's and like this is not even like free game or like just on some crap. It's just on some, it's the little things, right? Paint all the crosswalks.
Where are you gonna get that money from? That's reason that
it's there.
It is there. It is there, but why aren't they spending it?
That's what you gotta find out.
But
what I'm trying to tell you is like it's there, right? So whether you take on another project or don't take on another project, there are like, let's say like there's like a federal grant or whatever, but like if you think about it, how much would it be to task a city worker with, bro, like your only job, one dude, like I need one or two dudes to paint all the crosswalks over.
Well, no, and that's minimal, and and that's the sort of public work that you want your city to be.
But that's like, you know what that's like?
What?
You know what that kind of analogy is like to me?
Mm-hmm.
It's like iron, like somebody that irons their uniform, they want to go to work, bro.
A lot of people,
see what I'm saying?
A lot of people want to work, and they're really choosy about who they give the work to. It's like
so you say that, right? So and you brought up you brought up it was on me the whole time. So you brought up the sidewalk thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Schenectady did offer to pay half the sidewalks if you did your sidewalks. Like I don't think it's like 6 years ago, right? And I faded it because I did my sidewalk. I paid my whole thing. I was tight that I had to do that, right? And then they offered that, but it was like you had to do it by the end of the year. Right? But like say like if you couldn't afford it, they was gonna tag it to the tax. Right? But I don't know if anybody's ever like went through like the whole budget, and who does that, right?
No, who does that?
You do that. Right? That's what I'm saying. Like, you do something like that. But and that's the thing. To understand what it is, and that's where the money comes in for the pride.
Yeah.
So when you say like, okay, I'm gonna put new Schenectady billboards all over, bro, how much that cost?
Exactly. How much does it cost to lower the speed? And there's a real cost to this, because how much does it cost to lower the speed limit to 25 and then create all these new signs to replace the 30-mile-per-hour ones?
See, I'm against that.
What?
So, because on State Street, I'm telling you this, I was on State Street and it's 35, right? State Street should not be no 35.
What should it be?
40.
Okay, so and why am I driving this morning in a K9 unit and an undercover? I'm doing 25. They both go around me.
No, because you the ops now.
I guess so.
Yeah.
But what, you know?
Take a cab now.
Yeah.
You so you shitting on the boss.
Yeah.
I might be on that same shit right now.
No, and it's no. The speed limit change was stupid. I think I can say that it was stupid, and I think it's like I talk a lot about like the AI cameras that they're implementing in Albany,
right?
And you got to see
they
like
copying me in Albany, so yeah.
No, and it's like this is like there's benefits, and we're gonna find out in 2027 what benefits they are, because when you adopt these sort of policies, this is these municipal governments getting money from the state to spend on private companies' products. So whatever company is producing these AI cameras,
right.
they're not. It's like, and this is what I love to talk about, because this is so philosophical. Is it really a capitalist way of doing things when you're not selling products on what they offer, but you're robotically forcing people to purchase your product?
Nah, bro.
So, and that's what the state is doing.
So this is what that is. So a capitalist just want that check. You see what I'm saying? Okay. So, but like whoever chooses So whoever chooses to sign that check, that's on them.
Mm-hmm.
But the capitalists just want that check. They don't give a fuck if you die, if you sick or whatever. Any of that shit happens. If you fucking crash, don't fuck.
Yeah.
Go out the bag.
Yeah.
Capitalists, right? So there's no morals in capitalism, right? But that's where like government comes in, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is my understanding as a libertarian.
Okay.
Right? But I think it's a fact, right? Nobody gives a fuck, right? And all Americans just want more increase. That's what all Americans want. Yeah. They just want increase. They just want more. They don't even know what they're making money for. They just want more. They have no dreams or anything. There's more money. That's like the shit, right? But when you have a company trying to do something, it's just like, look at it like if you were trying to do something, right? You're a 27-year-old dude running for mayor, right? You're trying to do something. Right? And then, like, if this doesn't work, you're going to have another idea. Because that's just who you are.
Yes.
Right? But what you need to understand is, like, yo, bro, like, you special. Not a lot of people like that. Motherfuckers settle for, like, this is when you say you speak to people like, yo, they're okay with everything that's going on, right? The reason you incubate change and you feel change is because you're like, yo, like, I grew up here, shit could be way better.
Yeah.
Because I said so.
Yeah.
Right? So with that said, then your charges, I feel, to, go over the budget, and I know you probably did. I couldn't. It was it's like a very long laundry list of shit. But encourage people to get in their local government. One thing about this city that I love is that you can see everything online. I get all the minutes from every meeting that happens here, right? And it's offered. It's available, right? Even if I don't agree with what they say.
No, you can go through it. Yeah.
You can go through it, right? I think we have a good library.
Very great. Get your library card.
Yeah, get your library card, right? I did that. I should have preempted the show with my son with his library card. But one thing I don't like about the library, and we can talk about it now, is like, reading is a thing here, right? And like, the minimal age, right? Like, why is there a minimal age on a library card?
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it's like the dumbest thing.
What is it?
I want to say it's 5. Right?
Yo, we can get my mom on here. I started reading when I was 2.
Right, but she had her library card. But did you have the kids' library card? Like you said?
No, I just reading in my grandma's study.
So this is what I'm saying. And I'm not even sure if that's the minimum age, but when that happened, I brought my son to Delaware, and he got a library card, right? Just because I wanted to do it. And even though the Dolly Parton program is here now, who she gives a free book every year on your birthday till you're 5. They have that there. So, like, all these programs, like, you don't think any celebrity just wants to upgrade their status by saying, yo, I got this state in this city, and we're live in 400 cities. I look at it almost like the Children's Museum, right? If you have a Children's Museum and you can get part of their co-op, you're good.
Yeah.
Because anybody's going to, like, people are going to want to come here. Now, our co-op, the Children's Museum, never open. Open sometimes, right? And back to the library card. Yo, dude, like, make a spaceship library cards for the kids, bro. Like, nobody want to see that orange, bro.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Like, that orange, and that's what I'm saying about the little small things. Like, because I've really thought about running for mayor, and I'm going to still do it maybe one day. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But it's like, I would just be all about that. Like, yeah, bro, like, I'm going to all the basketball games for the high school, so they're not scoring 7 without me saying to y'all, yo, y'all wilding for that.
No, and we need, what is it called? I only really played lacrosse and I was mascot. AAU.
Nah, we don't need AAU.
No. We need like for lacrosse, like when it comes to lacrosse.
You're ahead of your skis, bro.
I'm ahead of my skis?
Yeah, bro.
Why do you think we don't need that?
AAU, because this is what AAU does, bro. So AAU is privately funded. So now you're talking about ultra capitalism, bro. I'm telling you this. Look, I'm telling you this.
Yo, excuse me, I love you. You're dumb funny.
Yo, I'm telling you this.
Yo, ultra capitalism.
Yo, bro,
is
because
crazy.
like, what you're talking about is dudes that look. You want to talk about AAU? This is what you're getting right now with the Christian schools in Capital District. You dig what I'm saying? You know why we losing 55-7? Yo, bro, you think Christian Brothers or Albany Academy is losing 55-7? Yo, how many kids you think they're from Schenectady? They living with somebody's aunt.
Yeah, no.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, bro.
We gotta do something about that.
It ain't nothing. Yo, but you know what? You know, it's pride.
Yeah.
Look, you know why? Look at Burnt Hills. Right?
I've been there.
Yeah, bro. Most Division I athletes in New York. Oh shit. Yeah.
No, yo. Yeah.
Top three.
Okay,
yeah, bro.
top 3. Okay.
Top 3. But still,
yeah.
that's not crazy. So like,
what do you think they're doing there though? You think it's just pride?
It's just pride, bro.
All right. Well, we about to bring pride back.
You got to.
You know, nothing is gonna bring pride back to Schenectady more than electing me mayor of it.
There you go.
I promise you, I'm a former mascot. I'm the Patriot,
bro.
So let's just talk about that. But I
Fuckers leaving the game in the second quarter, bro. That shit ain't pride. That's what I'm talking about. So like, look, I look at it like this: kids' library cards, you know, incentive. The program is good. You go to Stewards, you read a book, you get a free ice cream. That's good. It's about that extra stuff though.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Give them a superhero library card. You know what I mean? Take their picture, put it big in the library.
Yeah.
You tell them that's like $1.
That's huge.
$1.50.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then you could just say, okay, in Schenectady, yo, if you want to start a business, we gonna match if you buy one of these vacant places, you can start a business there. I ran into a problem 3 times on trying to buy a place for this show. And they're like, oh, it's residential. I'm like, bro, that shit been vacant for 9 years, bro. Like, why do you care?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like, it's almost like too many people know too many people. And like, they're putting these things in the way. But I feel like if a class is given, or it's just people like, yo, we're gonna, like, this whole area is fucked up. Let's make it businesses. Or, yo, anybody could, like, just all for Airbnbs. Or whatever it takes for the people that are here that are willing to sacrifice their own hard-earned money, let them eat. Let them work.
Well, yeah, and I mean, on a local level, I mean, it's like I keep going back to Metroplex, but it's very important that moving forward, it's as easy to get a small business loan as it is to go into debt for going to college.
But I wouldn't even say, look, don't put it like that, right?
Well, no, we could say it better, but that's really...
But when you say small business loan, it's not about the loan. It's about the city concurrence. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, so a lot of times it's not about the money when it comes to entrepreneurship.
So no, and the problem here is, and this is what we got to know about Metroplex. How is it possible for you to grant funding at the same time that you have a hand in the approval process?
It's very possible.
I know that's what we're gonna change.
No, but that's gonna be very hard to change.
No, that's literally.
You know what? Don't change that.
If we don't change that, I don't like what else is going on, because
it's gonna be very hard to change it.
Well, no, and it's either that or you open a fucking business up outside. You open it up on the sidewalk.
No, bro, that's not how it works.
How it works currently,
it's almost
is not working.
All right, so I wouldn't even say donations or anything like that. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny or anything like that, right? But if they're here, right,
Mm-hmm.
and enough people are eating by what they're doing, that's just staying.
Metroplex or
anybody. Metroplex. Let's use Metroplex.
Okay.
Yeah. So if Metroplex is here, right,
Mm-hmm.
and they helped Schenectady at first. Let's say at first, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, okay, but again, somebody's planned, somebody got tricked, whatever, but it worked. Metroplex, again, from when I saw downtown, I was like, "Oh, this is thriving."
They hit you with that, yo. That's the jutsu.
They put the needle in my arm.
Yo, they hit you with the jutsu. You got to.
So what I'm trying to tell you is, it's too many people that are winning off of that, but they're bigger companies, right? So like, you have a bunch of companies here that are small to medium companies, right?
Yes.
But we need more small businesses, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you go down Broadway, you see open, down, close, pop shop, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see that, right?
Yeah.
But like, how hard is it to get like a pop-up shop agreement, or these things that, with, let's say, like a class, maybe like, junior year of high school,
yeah,
just have someone come in and talk entrepreneurship and say, look, you can go buy this building on Broadway for $30,000 and do what you want, right? But I just don't feel like the ledger is right. Meaning, how many laundromats are in Schenectady? How many restaurants like this are here? What's the top cop making? What are the regular cops making? What's the average teacher making? And things like that. Like, really figure the budget to where you say, okay, how do we get in? Again, I don't know if even Union does this, but it's like, all right, every kid from Schenectady, Union should have a program for them. Right? Every single kid, because it's like, that's like our shit, right? So, because like we have engineers, like we have a big engineer plant, right? And like Union is one of the best engineer schools. So there should be like that type of program, right? I went to high school, I went to aviation high school, and if you stay for that 5th year, you're gonna work at LaGuardia Airport.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? And it almost brings it back to like Larry Sharp. Like, Larry Sharp was like one of my heroes. What he said was, and this might be something for you to grasp, but he said, okay, every county in New York has its specialties, and we know that, right? But what makes these companies bastardize their children, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I might be using bastardize as a word that he didn't use, and I don't know ever want to do this to Larry, but why wouldn't we want to breed only engineers, right? When I wanted my son to play football, I said, man, your mother's not going to get down with it. I'm going to get quarterback, right? I look for quarterback coaches. You know what I mean? Specifically, like, don't teach him football, teach him quarterback, right? So I feel like in Larry Sharp's idea, I don't know if you know this idea, but I'll tell it to you quick. But he was like, okay, freshman and sophomore year, you teach just basic economics, you teach just home ec, you teach stuff like that. And then junior year, you offer, let's say, a $50,000 grant, right? You have the $50,000 grant, but
sans the Regents. We get rid of the Regents in New York, right? Because the Regents gives us $4 billion, right? But then if you do that, even if you did that, right? How many kids are going to really use it? If you can finish school at 10th grade, GED, you're going to do it, right? Because what they figure is the kids that don't want to go to school, they know it already in 10th grade, and they just fuck up the class for everyone else because they have to be there because their parents told them. But if they told them that you're good, you can finish, they'll go. But $50,000 is allotted to every student, and then with that, you can take you can do a program, whether it be, okay, I want to go to college. So you say, okay, you go to a college prep, and they get you ready for college, and you're like, the other 2 years, I want to be an engineer. I go to this school, whatever. I want to be a mechanic. But when that happened, because of capitalism, those schools start to sprout up in the city, right? But the fact that the students in New York don't have to know the same thing as the students in Schenectady County, right? Because we have GE here, I think that, at least the engineer-driven kids should focus on.
So, and that's so, because my godfather went to Union and became an engineer. And I think just like across this country right now, a lot of our major institutions are being filled up with people who are studying here from abroad. And so a lot of international students, and they pay a different way than our students, and even for the ability for, like, I hate to say, like lower class, and that's the situation we're putting a lot of our students in. It's kind of like, I don't see the path forward on the current trajectory where a kid that went to Mount Pleasant Middle School, then went to Schenectady High School, and then finds themselves in Union College. And that's a big thing that we have to change. And like, we need to get kids into robotics. And it's just like, what we need for our youth is not just sports programs.
Are you ready?
Oh, hold on. It's not what we need. What we need for our youth is not just sports program. It's programs in expression. It's program in robotics. It's program in medicine. And it's a lot of different things.
Right, and that's cool. We don't have a 4-H program here, right? Again, my son is a Schenectady kid.
Yeah.
Right? To bring him to 4-H, I had to drive to Burnt Hills. You see what I'm saying?
No, I see what you're saying.
So how are they a town and they have all of the things?
Well, and and it's just like, do we, like, I only know so much of the history of how Schenectady became Schenectady in the way we see it now, with like Niskayuna, with Colony, with Rotterdam. But a lot of it has to do with the white flight. A lot of it has to do with our GE dumping, and people moving out of these sites, and that's why a lot of these houses went down in property value. So it's like, with these communities leaving, with them went the resources. The reason why the Walmart's in Scotia Glenville is because that's where Walmart as a company feels comfortable putting it. And it's just like, even like us having 67,000 people in this city, like, there are people who identify as Schenectadians who live in Rotterdam. It's an imaginary line to just keep resources flowing to these places, bro, and not to the inner city.
Nah, you saying the wrong thing, bro.
How so?
Because I said it at first. It's like this. You look at the voter turnout, right? That says it all. Regardless of what people identify it as, like, I'm not going to say you don't care about them, but you really don't care about them if they're not voting. So it's just like, if you got a lot of people... Listen,
that's interesting.
Yeah, because if you got a lot of people that are dissatisfied, but they don't come to the poll, like, you just crying. Like, that's... like, remember, I said the other day. Yeah. I said, yo, bro, like, anybody can say whatever they want to say, but if you're not... Let me see if I can just put this on both of us. Like, if you're not... Oh, no, it's not. All right, I'll fix it after. But, like, if you're not, like, legit taking action in those ways, and like even as a meritorial, prospect, you can't do everything. You know what I mean? So all you can do is like, especially like the people that don't vote, like even when like say you spark an initiative, right?
Yeah.
You spark an initiative, like whatever it is, something where people are gonna have to help, right? And it doesn't happen, then it's like, damn.
Well, you know how many things don't happen?
No, I know.
There are people in office right now, our assembly member for this district. Every day he's announcing something. It don't never materialize.
No, I know, but it's I think it's a little bit different in a place like this, right? So I feel like the first couple you got to give them, and like if you don't do it, I'm gonna do it. I'm just telling you, like the first couple you got to give them. It's like, yo, boom, change. All the crosswalks are gonna be visible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All of the library cards for kids are gonna be like real, right? We're gonna highlight our kids, right? I'm coming to every basketball game and football game because I love my city, right? And if y'all losing by 20, I'm leaving. They're never gonna lose by 20.
Yeah, I don't got
They
that in
be
me.
losing by like 90 now. And it's not because they trash. I'm telling you that.
Well,
No logo. Look at the logo. It's like, who did that?
you see, I feel
Who did
no.
that?
And
That's
it's
what
like,
I'm saying.
I hear what you're saying, and I feel like we're like yin and yang on this thing because I hear you talking about how Burnt Hills has all these resources that you have to drive to.
Yeah.
You know,
I watched Burnt Hills come to Mahonison and rock them about 50 points in base in football.
No, and it's like, and like that's like,
It's pride.
I mean, you're proud of them.
No. I was tight when that happened. But at the same time, I understand. Because when I went as a Schenectady resident to 4-H, I was welcomed. I was welcomed with open arms. And they said, if anybody's there, we know you guys don't have a program, you guys are more than welcome. That was crazy to me because, like, we generate more income than them. You know what I mean? So, like, if you're saying, like, okay, there's, like, a opioid, it's like, say people want to, like, blame it on opioids, right? Say you want to blame it on opioids. Yo, like, death not death, like, what's the numbers? Like, you know what I mean? Like, the fuck? Like, it is what it is. But, like, there's no reason why them, where they are, should have more pride than us. And I love their pride.
So, and I guess pride comes from, like, better prospects for your future.
Of course.
So, and it's just like, no, and I mean just genuinely that. So, like, when I talk about union and when I talk about the fact that, like, you know, we're talking about breeding engineers, engineers are being bred here. They're just not from Schenectady.
No, that's what I'm saying. But the undertone I'm getting from what you're saying is like the class filled up, so we can't have Schenectady kids. It ain't that.
No.
Oh,
And
okay.
That's definitely not it. That's definitely no. That's definitely not it. I like it's mostly I think people learn hands on, and so just like put kids in that scenario, put kids in front of circuit boards, put kids in kitchens. You know.
Nah, but this is what I'm saying. Like, you don't feel like that's a parent's job?
I mean, and when they're at school, what are we paying the schools for?
What are we paying the school for? Bro, that's what I'm trying to tell you. So the school's objective is the regions. So that's what I'm saying. Like at a state level,
but beyond the regions,
nah, bro.
You know,
you can't get behind the regions. You know why? Because, and I'll put it on me, so it's not like you just listening, but like. The teachers have to train the regions. And that's what they're, I know. So they have to train the regions. So like, but then when you look at our graduation rate and all that stuff like that, teachers are in fear. So I mean, and this is something you should do, you know, once you get the candidate, Like, go to Schenectady School now. See how it is. It's like police officers. It's like kids can't learn that environment.
No. Yes, and this is what we talk about frequently on this campaign. You got drones on top of middle schools. You got police. It's the school to prison pipeline, and they've just made it. They just automated it.
Right. Yeah.
You know. So, and it's like I totally hear what you're saying about it being the parents' job, and I don't think currently parents have that voice on a local level.
They do, bro.
On a local level against this sort of police state.
You got kids?
No, I got nieces and I got nephews, and I just graduated from these schools.
All right, this is what I'm trying to tell you. When you have like, let's say like, because Schenectady just have one of the best speech programs in New York, right? My son couldn't speak, got him right. He had to do IUP and anything, right? But what I'm saying is, when you have, let's say, when you have a city like Schenectady, right, and you have all of the children we have, right, and I'm like super lost with what I was gonna say, but I'm gonna try to grab it. But I know you guys understand.
No, I mean, it's like recently I learned that like 60% plus of the kids I graduated were at an economic disadvantage. So it's just like the majority of people didn't have right economic aspects. They weren't prepared in the school environment, and we can chalk that up to teachers being geared towards teaching Regents. We could chalk that up to parenting.
So that's what I was gonna say. So like, if a teacher could be fired for like a low, pass rate, right? So it just eliminates creativity from the school system, right? Because like when it comes down to crunch time, it's like, yeah, bro, I got you to pass this test. This is gonna be like this. It's gonna be like this. It's gonna be like this. Because now you got a 28-year-old person that just finished a master's program trying to keep a job. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah.
So like, it's both a race, and then you have distraction kids. You have kids that just want to learn more, and you have all that stuff. Like, it's a public school environment, right? It's crazy. But when you have all of that, you have to always look at the strongest person in the room, which is the teacher, right? So if he or she's at disadvantage, it's just gonna even go militant to where they can pass the metrics, or it's gonna go rogue, where unless they're tenured, it's gonna be like he got what it took to pass.
So as a parent, like, what are you relying on to get your what are you relying on outside of the schools to get your kids this, like the libraries? Like, we could talk about
like my son goes to school in Schenectady, but he goes to private school. So, but because of that, because he needs attention, and I know how he is, so I was busting my ass for that. But at the same time, I see, like, but he interacts with everyone, right? So like, we're in Central Park daily. We do things like that. And even like the charter schools that came up, like my son's like a average reader, right? Like I don't want to say below average, because then he's gonna look at this and be like, you think below average. But there was a 3-year-old girl that was in there. She was killing a chapter book, right? And she goes to a charter school that's in Schenectady. Yeah. But she goes from 7 to 5, which is crazy.
Yeah, that's a long day.
It's a very long day. But the way she reads, like, as a selfish parent, I was like, nah, he need that. She was nice with it, right? But then you think about it and you say, how? Like, how were they able to do that in the region? And this is like a New York problem, not just Schenectady. But with our poverty rate, it makes sense, right? To the actual question of how it changes. It's just like our poverty level, it's based on my understanding is really like lack of education, like people giving up type shit, like people like really giving up because it's not shown. But I don't think that's a governmental thing, right? But I think that it's going to change because the kids now are way better. At least the kids that I see and the kids that I know, they're way better. Like, from when I first moved to Schenectady, I would see kids struggling to get on the bus. Now they happy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I don't know if that's like a TransFinder thing or whatever, but they're happy to get on buses now.
You love TransFinder.
No, I don't love, like, dude, like, they hosted the first event when I came here. The CEO said,
you gotta come to one of my events.
All right, bro. I'm like, invite me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like, he said what he was gonna do. He knocked it out.
Yeah.
And, like, again, 10 years later, I'm seeing how different the kids look when they're going to school as young kids. But, like, when I look at the programs that are in Schenectady, like, I live in Schenectady. Most of my sports that I play is not here. Because, you know why? They don't got fly jerseys. They don't got cool shit. Even when Schenectady had the baseball team, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna do the whole league. I did the whole league, and they didn't hit me back the next year for the break. And I did it was for free.
So, and I think this is like, no, and I like, yo, I hear you. I hope you're hearing me, because like even like this past summer with like the Belmont stuff, I don't know if you were looped in about that.
Put me on.
Well, I mean, the city council gave them, a one-time payment, but like they lost a lot of their funders. It's like, people who donate passed away. So this was one of the first times that they went to the city council.
Right.
And the city council gave them a one-time payment, non-recurring, and it was really crazy. But like it's like, once again, let's return to Metroplex. We have these young kids who rely on this Belmont football program, cheerleading. We have coaches who are paying out of their pockets. Right. And Metroplex isn't knocking down their door to put money in their pockets. The money that is from their pockets. So it's just like, when I hear you say we need cool shit, yo, we need money for cool shit. And I'm not trying to raise property taxes.
Nah, but so, I mean, you shouldn't raise property taxes.
Exactly.
Right?
We should lower them. Or get rid of them.
No, they're going to go. I think they should go down. But, like, how do you do that?
Exactly.
No, I'm going to tell you how. Ready? Home ownership.
Yeah, no, you need to up it. And I'll get spicy.
Go ahead.
No, because, like, with the new Schenectady thing.
Oh, let me see. Hit me.
Yeah. With the new Schenectady thing, you pull up the initial article that they did.
Yeah.
I
can explain it. Get spicy. Talk heavy.
When they announced the new Schenectady thing, which I ran for city council in 2023, that ended up, around like March to February, and like my campaign slogan was a fresh start for Schenectady. 2 months after that, they announced the campaign for New Schenectady. And in the article for that, it's in combination with the county, proctors, the city, Metroplex. They said, and usually when people in power say this is what we're not going to do, that's what they're going to do.
Yeah.
So in the article, they said that they're not trying to reconfigure the city of Schenectady with Glenville, Scotia, Rotterdam, Niskayuna. But that's exactly what they're trying to do. And I don't know how that turns out for us.
No, it turns out better.
And no, it does, but not for who?
Let me tell you this.
For who?
Look.
Because I do think we should do that. I do think Niskayuna should be a part of the city. I do think.
No, I'm saying like this. So like, say like, I did like a lot of like reading on Schenectady, and it's like this. So there were like so many different things here, right?
Yeah.
At a youth level, because like there were great leaders here at one time, right? And when those things stopped, right? Again, I keep bringing it back to pride because it's very important.
I like pride.
When those things stop, and then like, you tell somebody telling your kid to wear a black shirt to the baseball game, right? You can't get his name on the back of his jersey. Little things like that make people, because you just want to talk about retention, right? Nobody, like, you shouldn't have, like, talent wanting to leave here.
Yeah.
With anything. The most talented thing we have here now, you keep saying money,
No, I'm snapping.
No,
That's
it's
poetry.
no, you know, but I say it's bread. It's parekas.
Yeah.
Like that's it. So when you have all of your talent, right?
Mm-hmm.
We never showcase art, right?
Yeah.
We never showcase, and when I say art, I mean like the art that we do. Like it could be rap, it could be art. Like in Albany, they got creative houses popped up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
How much that cost? It don't cost a lot.
So, and I think we are so on the same page, and it is a pleasure hearing you speak, because even when I bring up Apostrophe Cafe, that's exactly what that was. It was underground, and it's just like they tell you when you're a kid, yo, you need to focus on something that's real.
Bro, for sure.
No, you need to focus on something that's real. And then when you're an adult, they tell you you're too old to be doing something.
Right.
So it's just, but like, yo, it's like if you had even invested in it a little, you would have seen something crazy. Yeah. And so it's just like,
so I'm going through right now. So I'll tell you this. So like, what does they call that? I think James Baldwin said that, right? Dream deferred. So like, you defer your dream. It's like most people, this is American shit. Most people have the idea, I'm gonna retire, then I'm gonna do this, right?
Yeah.
And then it was like, yo, bro, you might not know how it feel to be old. Like that shit hard. Like you're not gonna sit here and just be on some entrepreneurship, because entrepreneurship is hard. Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes I'll be 16, 17, 18 hours a day. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it ain't easy, but damn, if I was doing it in my 60s, it can't be like that. And then you're going to chill. But at the end of the day, you're going to die. Right?
At the end of the day,
and then it's like, yo, not the end, I mean, at the end of your life, you're going to die.
Yeah.
Right? But then it's like, yo, you could die. You could sit here at 67 years old with $5 million in your pocket. Bro, you might have 3 years to spend that. You don't know.
Yeah.
So you're not living life. So what it is like, you know, we as a state, as New York, we got the biggest exodus.
Yeah.
Right.
No, yo.
There's no reason to want to live here.
No.
Right. There's no reason to live here.
New York. I'll say this directly in the camera. New York State is one of the hardest states to own, operate, or start a business, or to retire, and that has caused us to lose so many people to the South. We have lost some of our most talented and most experienced workers because of the way that we tax our citizens and the way the rules we set up against them and their prosperity. And just like even with downtown Schenectady, a friend of me and my partner, she left her partner. They moved down to one of the Carolinas.
See what I'm saying?
So, and it's just like she knew the Hampton building right next to Proctor's better than anyone. So like it's not just the job, it's the properties that we have.
Yeah.
So it's just like, yo, that's something that's like, and that's not a one man job.
No, but I feel like that's your charge right there, bro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because
that's
like if you think about it, but it can't be a beef. It has to be just like a charge. It's like, you know, I mean, like a charge. When I say a charge, it's like, okay, this is what you should promise. Right? Like if you want to win, or because like, and we didn't even get into like what you still have to do to get on the ticket, right? You still got a lot of work ahead of you, but like, you know, small business grants, incubator hub for small businesses, you know, incentivized home ownership, right? Like, you know, like Troy gives like what $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 match, whatever they give. I mean, I don't know, like, don't get me on the stats, right? Expand green spaces, right? It's just like, dude, like I just saw a video of you today. You're like, many places like this. Like, we got like all these deserts around here. Yeah. Right? You know, expand green spaces. That's like paint and grass seed.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? You know, and establish like a membership network. Meaning, so I hate when I do this because I get like so ahead of myself. So I was sitting with like this council in Troy, right? And it was like Tri-City. So it was like Troy, Schenectady, and I'll choose some great people on there because some people actually work in Schenectady. Troy, Schenectady, and Albany. And they were thinking about just making like a co-op leaning, well, just a co-op did like group, right? So like if you had membership, you could, you know, go to this farmer's market, go to all these meetings, you learn how to 3D print. That's a group, we're doing that. And like your city just hosts it every month. You just go around, like you got 4 hostings a year. I thought it was brilliant. Right? And there was like a grant writer in there. It's like every single person's representative. But, you know, the people from Albany was just more about keeping their creatives there. You know what I mean? Because it's like, most people that work in Albany don't live in Albany. So they was just like, at night, you ever go to Albany on the weekend when it's not an event? That's just a ghost town.
It is.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, man, if like they didn't have like what they had as far as like arenas and other stuff that's paying, it'd be crazy. It'd kind of be like here, but like mad people live here, so like this is never a ghost town. But it could be.
Well,
based on
and this is like across the board, and this is why we like this. Like I wouldn't even say this campaign, but just like what we're talking about, and just like for upstate New York. Really, right now, I'm the mayor of upstate. I created a title. Yeah. You know, but like when it comes to Albany and the cabaret law, it's just like when we talk about libertarianism versus socialism, I think it's just like we all can agree that the government shouldn't be allowed to approve the spaces where people gather, where we play music, where we dance, and you shouldn't need to get approval from a city to do that. And if the city puts us in a situation like that,
you have to though.
What do you mean?
That's what you have to.
You don't even sound like a libertarian.
No, but that's different. No.
And it's like, are you familiar with Billie Holiday?
Yeah.
All right. Are you familiar with the cabaret law and how it was used against her in New York City?
Yeah. I understand that. It's different though.
No, it's not different.
I'll tell you how, but go ahead.
Well, no, it's just how is the city, how are independents having to compete against the city? Like at one point we competed against corporations.
No. So as an independent person running for mayor, yeah, it's very hard, right? Because the backing. So like you gotta put your knees in, you gotta go in, right? But the reason I say it's so different from like say like what happened to Billie Holiday and everything like that is because, bro, like those companies pay bills, bro. Like you might not see it like that.
No. So name one of the companies, because most of these companies, their workers are paying more in taxes.
No, bro. Yeah, that's the fine. That's like, I'm gonna say Metroplex, bro. Because I know you were willing to debate on this. Yeah, bro. Like without Metroplex, you think downtown would be like that right now?
Have you been downtown?
Yes. Even though it's not like it's
so. What's the point of downtown being the way it is? If you can't even get your medicine down there, if you need to own a car, you know.
But like this is what I'm trying to tell you. The medicine thing stopped during COVID. And like, look, listen, I'm not against people not getting their medicine. Don't. I'm not gonna go there with that. I'm not against people not getting their medicine. I'm just saying that's new.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That's new because of the pandemic. And yo, that point that you made, that's absolutely right. You're absolutely right on that. Like, we got to figure something out with that, right? Like, open back up. But, again, to capitalism, when a company sees, oh, shit, I closed at 10 and I saved $4 million, send that. But what I'm saying...
Yes.
So what I'm saying what I'm saying is this. How come, John Smith, pharmacist degree, doesn't open a 24-hour pharmacy? You see what I'm saying? Because you can't force CVS to do that if they see their bottom line. If we have pharmacists here and they don't, like I'm saying, this is where pride comes in. Because if they don't see that it's worth it to do it, no one will. Okay. But if as mayor, and you say, okay, if somebody opens a 24-hour pharmacy no taxes for a year. They're gonna come.
That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to incentivize these things happening.
Yes.
And at this point of the campaign, it's about saying, a lot of people don't even know what's going on. And the fact that Schenectady, the word Schenectady has never been said more than in the last 4 months with the TikTok that I've been running.
Yeah.
That is impressive in itself.
Right.
And when people hear about what's going on here, one, they're finding out about Schenectady. Two, they're realizing what's happening in Schenectady is being done to them. And it's inspiring people to answer this call, not on a city level, because the municipal, the state, the federal have failed us.
Yeah, but no, they haven't failed. That's what I'm trying to say.
They kind of failed us.
Nah, bro.
They're failing us.
No, this what you're missing.
You sound.
I think you got that pen up. That's
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So they haven't failed us. We failed us. I'm telling you this shit like dead ass. Yo, for real. Like, and I know I sound bugged out by saying it, but I must die on my head on this, right?
Yeah.
It's like this, bro. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's coming to save us, right? So when a company comes here and says, yo, here go 30 million, here go 40 million, we want to do this, we're going to take it. Because it's just, some people just like to see pretty things. It's like this. When Cuomo won the last gubernatorial thing, right? What did he do? He gave it the train station, right? Whoop-de-doo, right? Train station. We got a train station. Okay. I still gonna drop the rest of the land because it's just stopped here for an hour. The same way it was doing before. It wasn't like a real improvement like that. But it's what we bought because everybody just likes the nice shiny thing, bro.
We got a question.
Yeah.
Where will the funds come from if there's tax breaks?
I'll tell you right now.
Go ahead.
So the funds, if there's tax breaks, first off, from a state standpoint, take away the regions. If you take away the regions, you could just eliminate you take away the regions, even though that's dead in most of that money. Again, I would go with Larry Sharp's idea and eliminate those higher grades in high school, but a lot of people won't be on that. I would say, it's kind of like a something question. I would say, look at the budget. I don't think that because I just can't see with my eyes maybe that the budget that we have is crazier than most cities, and if somebody just re-looked at it, and eliminated some things like, and I support the Schenectady police, but I'll say like, look, there's unlimited overtime in Schenectady, right? Like, dude, we had a cop make $200,000 Schenectady, right? That's crazy. So look at things like that, and you can kind of like look at the budget.
Yeah.
What do you say? I mean,
no, I think once again, every time we make a purchase in Schenectady County, a percentage of that goes to Metroplex. Outside of that, just what Miles just said about re-examining the budget and, truly a shift in priorities. And even outside of that, we need to figure out zoning.
right.
Zoning is like the biggest thing. And what we found out about upstate New York is that these larger companies get to rezone in a way that individuals don't.
Right.
So we need to redefine how people zone, and we need to make that a more open process. And it's just like
But look at also like, and I'm gonna go back on that question, right? Like if you look at all right, how many vacancies we have as far as like buildings, right?
Yeah.
Then give it back. I'll say like, like somebody opens up a business, 5 years no tax. If you stay here for 5 years, then you gotta stay in Schenectady for 10 years. If we got rid of all the vacancies and like spread the property tax around a little bit, I think it could go down. The same kids are going to school.
Yeah.
Right? The same kids are going to school, and I would look at that and I would say, because if somebody has money and like we just want them to open their business here, it works. So on what's that one street called? On J Street, you started to see it a little bit, but then like, with the winter, especially on Union, the winter eats our businesses. But it has to be more than food, right? What else? Right? And what else could be bigger? I think that we see what we see because people don't understand, like, say, social media. They don't understand how it is to have a presence. Like, I go to Mopco on Mondays sometimes.
I love Mopco, yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And it's $5. Right? You can go there for $5 and do improv. That's like, that's like poor people therapy.
Yeah.
Right? I love it. So it's $5, but you can tell they don't advertise, right? They're live on YouTube every day for 4 hours, but they don't advertise. So like people don't know about that, right? And it's such a great thing. And not saying that they should charge more, but if we thought outside the box as a community, as far as type of business, it would work.
No, and it's the city partnering with people who are imaginative and not constricting them.
Right.
Huge. And then just like even with like you're touching on something like we gotta do more, but we also gotta have more people move here. Like we are like
so how?
Even like let's talk about it. The Mayor of Schenectady TikTok. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, you got that. Yeah, that's wild.
No, and it's the fact that people are prepared to move here because of what we're showcasing about Schenectady on it. Right. And I mean, just like social media, because like Instagram and all these other social medias, it's so much pay to play. But TikTok has been an organic thing where like I'm finding people who
that's how I found you.
Like and that's like that's a powerful thing. But like we're meeting people where they are. So it's about showcasing the already amazing spaces that we have, and frankly, as a small city, leveraging that on social media. And I mean that's tourism in itself, and then our public transit just like when I first got into like local politics,
that's a good one.
Like when I first got into local politics, one of the first things I advocated for was a bus line connecting Amsterdam. And it's just like we need to be more interconnected. I think even Saratoga, like our partnership with Saratoga and a lot of stuff they got going on up there. Right. It's just like we need to work together. And Saratoga's bubbling like it's never bubbled before on social media. Yeah. So it's just like.
So you think social media manages that's the answer?
Not. Like when you're talking about Mopco and people not knowing about it, it's like it's not just social media. It's the people who are on it and what they're showcasing. If Schenectady wasn't Schenectady, it really wouldn't even matter. I could put mayor of anything, like most.
Yeah, you getting that was wild.
And it's like that's the type of stuff I do. You see the thing is,
big too. Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah,
it's so funny because people so many people have found me through this candidacy, and like they don't know about anything else I've done. But this is kind of my strategy with most things. You just like it's brazen, and it's so funny because how is that even possible?
It was like treason.
Yeah. It's just like
I saw that. I was like, I thought it was a stunt. I was like, this dude is bugging out. But like again, like how is that not like gatekept? Right? Like that's one of them things where it's like, you said that, but then like your face, regardless if you got that or whatever, but like you're on it every single day, pointing the flaws. Yeah. So it was just like, damn, like I should have bought that. And then like not only did you do it, you bought all of those shit.
Yeah. The one they got money in. Yeah. It's like it'd be one thing, right? Yeah. To have it and then it's like no one's watching.
I was tight, yeah.
And just have it. You got the Mayor of Schenectady username and no one's watching. I got 2,000 followers, and I have more of a following than every incumbent of the last 10 years.
Yeah. So what do you have to do right now
to get on the? Well,
and sorry guys, the rain is like, you know what I mean, balling on the budget, but the rain is kind of like killing like the sound, but we're still good. But what do you got to do? Like, because I know you still got to get nominated.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's a process for that.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got to raise some money for advertisement and everything. But like, no, you can really do your shit online, but you gotta get the fence is just the grass things are just traditional, I guess.
Yeah.
So what do you gotta do? Like in your eyes.
So
what do you need from the people? Like talk to the people.
I mean, people were making fun of me about asking for a public notary. Like, oh, you need you don't know. I was trying to find the right public notary and just connect with the community.
Right.
But we're going through the campaign financing forms right now, getting that all certified. I went to the Board of Elections today, and they were shocked that I was in there as early as I am.
Yeah.
They're like, they pulled out the political calendar, and they went like, yo, that's not until 2027. I go, I know, I'm just here because I'm about to start raising money. But as soon as that is approved in the next 2 to 3 weeks, it's Gary McCarthy, the current mayor, who knows if he runs again.
He's not running.
You don't. Yeah, I mean, I'm the mayor of Schenectady on TikTok.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's what's crazy.
you know, but you
gotta make a T-shirt and just wear that every day.
Yeah. As soon as we get approved for the fundraising, I mean, he raised $80,000 last time around.
Right.
If I raise $20 from 4,000 people each, I match that. And
got some T-shirt. I'll make you a T-shirt.
Okay, please.
So like you gotta so with the tip that I got was like this. Mm-hmm. It's gonna cost you at least on the cheap side 20, and on the high side 40. But you don't know your competition yet. Gary's not running again, so you're in competition. So whoever that is and who's backing him. So I feel like, I mean, like I said, I hope this show helps, but I doubt it.
No,
but
yeah,
I think that you gotta get the backing. But I'm talking about prior to that. Like, how do you get nominated?
Well, so I'm running as an independent, and I'm not really dealing with the Democrats in this city, because frankly they've, in my mind, kind of run it into the ground, and. You can disagree, but that's why.
No, I just hate for you to do that because
and it's just like there are people among the Democrats who accept that. That's my opinion on it. I'm someone who organized on a very high level for Bernie Sanders in upstate New York. So it's just like I was with the party when they could have done something amazing. And I as a young black man who was organizing in that space, it was very weird. Like, people thought that was radical in that moment. But I'm running as an independent, so I mean, whoever the Democrats nominate, and I've worked. I mean, the last busting campaign I was a part of. So I mean, it's kind of like, give me a Democrat. You're going to need to find someone who can talk to the people every day. You're going to need to find someone who's been in this community as long as I have. I
don't think that though, bro.
You could spend money on a pig.
Let me tell you this, right? All right, look. You're gonna have people vote for you because you black, right?
Facts.
You got people vote for you because you're a nice guy that they met you.
Yeah.
Right. You're gonna have all different type of people vote for you, right? But again, if we at 13% of voter turnout, that's the problem, right? So the reason why, like, if you look at even if you look at the vote demographic, you look at it like, okay, 28 to 50 plus people vote, right? That's the challenge right there.
Do you think I up or lower voter turnout in 2027?
I think you're gonna up it.
Okay.
100%.
So, and it's like because most people will come into this and they think that they just need to top the biggest number. I've been in these rooms with these people. I've dealt with the people who are turning out for them, and a lot of them know what I've attempted to do. They've known my voice in these moments. So it's just like, if you got 4,000 people to turn out for you last time around, if I take 700 of those people, and it's not even the person that they've been coming out for, and they don't know the person,
Right.
It's a totally different landscape. It's about changing the landscape.
It's about changing the
frankly.
landscape, but it's like, okay, understanding who those people are,
Yeah.
right? So, for example, like if I'm you, in the spring, I'm gonna have a cookout at Jerry Burrell Park,
Yeah.
right?
We doing Hamilton on Hamilton Hill.
So, but it's this, and I'll come. But what I'm telling you is this: I had rappers here, like I've had people here who don't even know who Jerry Burrell is,
Mm-hmm.
right? And how big is Jerry Burrell for that community that doesn't? Well, I'm not gonna say
Artist,
that community,
director.
but the people that don't vote, right? Like
Yeah.
the people that just don't know, like why they're here, because it's like it's almost like that. Oh, why am I here? Like, why do I care? Right? Because the same thing happens every year, right? So like the people with no optimism, let's say, if someone came and like and I know you probably know poets or whoever, and just talked about Jerry Burrell, that's the win.
Yeah.
Right? Same thing in any other community, right? Like when we spoke about you coming here, right? You're like, yo, this Bellevue. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck. I don't know where the fuck this is. Like, yo, this is, you know what I mean? It's my house, right? But like, as far as like I go to Pride, right? It's like we're like, you are like, I keep wanting to say words that aren't good words. And I would say you as a local because we're both local, but like you as a lifer, somebody who
A native,
with native, like true native, right? And even if you remember the things that were told to you as a child or just told to you, period, about the city, and see how much that's relevant and who doesn't know, because that's kind of like really your drive.
Yeah.
To be like, yo, man, like, this is a fly city. Like, I was telling dudes about like Place Beyond the Pines, and like kids are like, the fuck is that?
Yeah.
It's just about the city. Like, like how many small cities get that?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
No, yeah.
And then like
Yes.
we have great parks, we have great things, but it's just like the medium things, like I said, like the green spaces, like whatever else we really need that doesn't cost a lot of money, needs to be achieved and accomplished so swiftly that it just brings that pride back.
Yeah.
Right? Like that, like I don't know how much those banners cost to New Schenectady. Like, imagine how much that campaign costs, and you probably know. See,
$250,000.
So like,
as of right now.
so like, a campaign like that, right? To somebody like me, right? That's such a shitty design, and all of this shit that they did, and I'm like, man,
Didn't get the socials. Didn't get the Gmail.
didn't get because you own the socials to that shit.
I'd sell each account for $100,000.
That's what I'm saying. So that's wild that you were able to do that, and then like, I'm trying to cross the street the other day, and I'm like, shit. Right? So $250,000 for a campaign for what? If it, like, especially if the man isn't running again, why'd y'all do that?
No, and it's just like, I'll get spicy again. Last time, and it's like, thank you.
Spicy.
Yo.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me on your platform, because like stuff like this is so important. When you're like community members doing this, people just wanting to do this,
Right?
And having these conversations with candidates being accessible. And the last time, like when I ran for city council, I did an interview while Instacarting with the Daily Gazette. I'm picking up groceries, and I'm doing this interview about my
Right.
city council campaign, and they withhold the article until the last day of petitioning to get quotes from Gary McCarthy and the city council president. And like, Gary McCarthy's trying to call me an idiot because I want to get rid of parking tickets. Still do.
Yeah.
Definitely, because they'll take your car. They took they took an 80-year-old man's car who was driving to cancer treatments because he was parking in front of his own house. And then everyone who ran in the last 10 years and spoke to this man didn't, as soon as they got in office, they didn't do a damn thing about it. And Arthur Phillips has passed away.
Yeah.
So it's just like sitting on that. But like the Daily Gazette, they put information behind a paywall, and then they pick and choose to talk about what's going on. So it's just like, yo, we need more open platforms, and we need to invest in media. Period.
Yeah, nah, for sure. But that's what I'm saying. So it's like, yo, it's like the youth is such a base. Like I focus on the youth a lot.
Yeah.
I focus on the youth a lot because like they the future leaders, and like their mindset is like way different than ours, right? Like, not to say that they don't care, but they care about what they care about. But one thing they do care about is where they live. You know what I mean? That's one thing that all the kids here care about is where they live, right? Because it's no place like it. You know what I mean? Like, there's even an accent, I would say. You know what I mean? But when you don't have like little league uniforms, and you don't have like good library cards, and you don't have the things that are like damn near free, that $250,000 could have went to, then you start to think like, man, like, is it like a place that no one like really gives a fuck about? If you really think about it, like, no one really cares about. But at the same time, you say to yourself, okay, what are the big solution areas? Like, how could, like, you know, kind of like the question was like, okay, how do we, you know, the unemployment rate here, like, was it like 4.7, right? Like, how do we say, okay, we're going to add jobs here, right? So I would say, okay, like, let small businesses open and tell them if they hire a Schenectady resident, they can get a tax break, right? Because tax is a big thing here. Like, little things like that. Yeah. Like, most businesses are going to fail, right? Or until they get it right? Because that's what entrepreneurship is. Like, until you find that right niche, is you're going to keep rocking. But you say, okay, you hire a Schenectady kid, right? Like, I see it in Rotterdam all the time, right? You know, people have businesses, they hire the kids there, they mentor them, they do what they have to do. But because the turnaround rate, like, again, you drop down Broadway, grand opening, grand closing. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then it becomes sad. Nothing against the mechanics, but then it becomes Mechanicville. Not Mechanicville, New York, but like just all mechanic shops there, right? And then you only got like a couple of good staple restaurants here, but like there's no innovative initiatives like, you know, somebody opens a taco shop, a local taco shop or whatever. But it just doesn't happen here because it's so expensive to fail. Yeah. And it shouldn't be because the median income is what it is. Yeah. You know? So.
No, and that's the median income, but like, I mean, I've got numbers for the campaign where it says you need at least 100,000 to survive.
Yeah, 190.
You know? So like, it's just like, this is like, I, in like a big part of this campaign, this is like, how are people even like living? And, you know, in a lot of cases, you know, and that's like, that's the very scary thing about it, you know, because like people are working their asses off, and if it's most of it's going to Metroplex, most of, we spend a lot of money, and you want sales to happen in this county.
You know that's the get back though, right?
Say how?
So like, if Metroplex started the whole initiative for downtown, this is just the payback. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna say it's crony capitalism, but damn near. You know what I mean? Well, so I said it.
No.
Yeah, I'm just telling you, like, that's what it is. Like, that's what's gonna happen.
Cause like you're talking about the top cop getting paid $200,000. Imagine making $20 million to do what happened in Schenectady County.
But what they gave though?
I mean, depending on who you ask. And it's just like if I'm splitting the difference,
it was both bread. They gave bread to make it like that. So
we gave bread.
No, we gave bread, but they they gave bread to whoever gave bread for that. Same thing with like the aquatic center. Like,
okay, well, even
this bread that somebody's like,
someone's
that shit came out the air.
But with like the new arena they just put up. Like, and this is like even Metroplex in its inception, Union College, and their president was a big part of it. Yeah. But Union College doesn't pay into it. Union College is tax exempt. Yeah. So how is an institution that's not paying into it having more of a deciding factor than the people who want to open businesses in this area and actually paying the Metroplex.
But you go into different things when you say that, right? Like you look at it like this. You got the NCAA, right? Mm-hmm. So when you like, if so, Union College, of course, like, and I'm dating myself, but I remember when they won the ship, you know, in hockey.
Yeah.
Right? Big dollars. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's we need. That's why we need pride, because we could get money just off.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, so when you want to build a facility that other schools can use and you can charge rent, it's just like, again, someone smart like you can probably say, okay, this is what we have, this is what we can do without. And look, I believe if our cops are working like that, yeah. But to me, if a cop stay at work for 18 hours a day for a week, that motherfucker need to go see a doctor. He probably go out to divorce his wife or some shit. Like he just don't want to go home. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like certain shit like this overtime. That's not like, yo, you about to grind because overtime. It's like, yo, bro.
And I'll say this because I got someone like clipping this.
Yeah.
But like Schenectady, and clip this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Love you. Schenectady.
I wish I could put you brighter, but I got you though.
No. Schenectady PD, their response time has been abysmal in the last number of years.
Okay.
And we need to figure out why that is. And it's like, could be because they're being overworked and it's shorter on the staff. But 3 hours to a day is unacceptable.
Yeah, no, it's definitely unacceptable. So I'll tell you, like, my
and then I got a question for you after this.
Yeah, so my interaction with Schenectady PD's always been good, right? The only thing that I'm like tight about, like, I couldn't get a police report on time, but they have like systems for it, right? So I'm like a Peter Singay guy. Like I believe everything is a system, right? So when you say, okay, the police response time is not this, okay. I would just look at the response times, look at the cops that are late, and question them about that shit, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like, you can't say all the cops,
definitely not.
Right? So you can't say that, and you say, okay, I'm going to look at all the stats, measure them, and understand it, right? And that's what you're probably good at.
Yeah, let me clip that.
Yeah, so that's what you're going to do. I can't do that, but go ahead.
The response times for Schenectady PD has been abysmal. And, I mean, we're going to look at it on a case-to-case basis and really look into why that is, whether it's an individual police officer or, just the way that this city has grown. But I do have this question for you.
Go ahead.
If you want to send it back to you.
Sure, yeah.
Does the city of Schenectady have more advantages for business owners more than residents?
No. I mean, from my standpoint, as a veteran, no, it's a great place to live.
Yeah.
Right? Because even when I was married, like, they give the dual benefit. It's an awesome place to live if you're me. Right?
Yeah.
But 1% are me. Right? So that's where it doesn't. As far as business owners go, I've never seen it like an incentive. Like I see people, entrepreneurs, go get it here, like really go get it and try to go get it. But I haven't seen it where it was like what Vic Christopher did in Troy. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So where it was like they had a bid, right? And then they so Schenectady has something like that on Jay, but it's just not.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just, so like, like, as a creative, like, when you say the arts and then, like, who needs to be there. So when when it feels like entrepreneurship and creativity is wild different. Mm-hmm. The entrepreneurs are like, oh, yeah, we'll sign up because, like, there's going to be more people. Like, we're open late. Yeah. Right? But the band sucks. You see what I'm saying, bro? So it's just like
I've heard what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah, so it's just like, and I live it.
Yeah.
So it's like, man, this is not my city like this, right? And then, but the continuous fix is like, oh, we're just gonna open another bar, and then it's like, again, bro, if you get rid of local talent, whether it be rock, whether it be hip hop, whether it be whatever, especially hip hop, because it's mad like nice artists in Schenectady, right?
Allow me to name a few. I'll get that clip in.
Yo, hit it. Hold on.
I mean, frankly,
Top five.
Top five.
Top five.
Going right now.
Yeah.
I mean, my number one is Corel.
Corel.
All right.
I'm gonna tap in.
Yeah, Corel. Denzi. Shumpo. Knuckles. And then I gotta.
Hold on. So when you say that, right?
Yeah.
And I like my list is wild different than yours, right? But I never heard of these guys, right?
Yeah.
But then the question I'm gonna ask you is, and I'm gonna bring it on me now, is do they get booked in Schenectady?
No. Well, no, and it's just like and it's like allow me to say, and it's like even like because like
that's what I'm saying.
Allow me to say it's the like did you go to Schenectady night? This like just the.
Nah.
I mean, it's
I
cover.
found out late.
Yeah, it's cover bands. There's like we're not booking like the year before. We at least had DJ Ketchup up there.
That's what I'm saying.
We had DJ Ketchup up there. That's Schenectady representation.
I got it, and that's what I'm saying. So it's like, is it the permit thing? Is it like what? Because like that's what thing about like Ketchup always gonna go. He gonna do it the right way all the time.
Yes.
And he gonna get in there.
Yep.
Right. But like, just because he has the experience, you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So when you look at even the artists you name, right? When you look at like, what's the factor, the derivative factor, rather than like they just nice. It's like so is there no stream line for it? And it's like we built the what do you call that? What's in Central Park? Like
the amphitheater.
The amphitheater, right?
Yeah.
So and then when I look at the sign, I'm like, I don't know any of these people. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's not even like a hip hop thing. I don't want people to think that.
No. Right?
I just want it to be like, before we take care of anybody else, our artists should get a chance.
And that it's just like, even when we talk, because like we could really just do an episode talking about upstate New York, but that's why.
No, I'm talking about Schenectady.
No, and it's the same thing. Schenectady is the capital of upstate New York in my mind.
Oh shit, yeah,
nah, come on, bro. We the Connect City. So when I talk about the Albany Cabaret Law, it's just like there's not enough places to just be booked in Schenectady. You got to get booked in Troy. You got to get booked in Albany. A lot of people have never been booked in the city, and it's just like some of our best artists are only getting booked somewhere else, but never here.
That's fine.
So it's just like a couple of them should be able to open up spots here.
But this is what I'm saying. What happens in the park for the people? You see what I'm saying? So like, again, that's free chicken, right? Yeah. You could tell any of the artists connected, rep for your city, blah, blah, blah. Free hot dogs, whatever. Yeah, you know what I mean? Whatever. Yeah. Just like, because people, like, those same people are in the park, right? But they don't understand the main stage. So there's no tradition behind it. There's no pride. You see what I'm saying? So, like, nobody in Schenectady that rap, or most bands don't give a fuck about that amphitheater because they never see it.
Yeah.
So it's just built for it's built for somebody else. Again, if you don't make this shit about this city and the people from this city, it don't matter. It's just a pretty theater. I can show you pictures of my son just doing backflips off that stage.
No, and it's... No, I hear exactly what you're saying. And I do think, once again, I'm going to go back to Metroplex. To be an independent artist means you're not just making music. It means you're booking the show. It means you're managing other artists. It means you have your hand in a lot more pots. So when you have a bunch of individuals who are able to operate on that level, it kind of becomes this thing where like, well, what are they using their voice to say? And even if you have one person like myself, I've been nominated. Like, have you ever heard of the Edison Awards?
Yeah.
So I was nominated for Hip Hop Artist of the Year just this past year for the Eddies.
Okay.
I've been putting on musical events for the last number of years. I've never received a dollar from Metroplex. A lot of people I know, the fact that I was nominated before a lot of people from Schenectady,
they're not gonna pay you.
Well, no. But who? Metroplex?
Metroplex. They're not gonna do nothing for you.
But it's our money.
No, but this is what I'm trying to tell you.
And if I'm doing something, no, and you don't get it.
No, I don't get. I'm gonna tell you. Because that's your job.
No. I know, and I understand that.
Yeah.
But Metroplex is my competition.
No.
Yes, no, you can't tell me. You can't tell me no. He's
All
not.
police are competition.
No. Metroplex is my competition, and if Metroplex is able to raise funds in a way that the independent artists can't, right? And a lot of people who receive these funds, they receive these funds on the basis that like, oh, they're community based, oh, they're like whatever, they're not corporate.
I'm not even gonna look this up. Watch this,
please.
Yo, when's the last time somebody got a key to the city in Schenectady?
Oh, bro. I don't know, but
we can look it up, bro. I'm gonna tell you like this. No, even if you're saying out like candy, like if it's not promoted, like that's why we don't know. So this is what I'm trying to tell you.
When's the last time we cut a ribbon?
Yeah, this is what I'm trying to tell you. So all of those things, no, they cut ribbons a lot, right?
I know.
But what I'll tell you this is, if the word is not spread, like you need people taking chances here, right? We need to have the best sub. The only thing we have now that's the best is now. I mean, we got the Alpine Way. That's the best Italian food here. Don't know why.
Marinos.
No, not Marinos.
Marinos. Whoa.
No. The Alpine Way is the best Italian food in New York. Talk heavy, anybody, right?
All right.
But what I'm saying, they don't turn it over the tables twice, and it's in the hood, right? Best, right? You got your other joints here, over there, but the only thing Schenectady got besides that, and like they don't advertise. There's 7 tables that you're gonna be waiting 3 hours.
Yeah.
Right. They don't advertise because they don't care, right? So what I'm saying is like this: you make your own awards. Yo, it's such a flex to have best hip hop artist in Schenectady or just the medallion. Like, look how I rep that Mohawk half marathon medallion because I earned it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying to you. It's like, if you make it, dudes will do it. Just make it safe. And the public will come out. And like, just like, cities that used to be super small that are thriving now, it was all because of the mayoral campaign. Right? So, I mean, we can kind of finish this up, but
this is phenomenal. I'm glad.
Talk heavy.
Well, thank you for having me. My name is Orlondo Otis Hundley, and in 2027, I'll be running for mayor of Schenectady, New York. One of our first and most immediate things that we're going to do is be converting lots that are sitting idle and remind us of concrete deserts into vertical farms and community gardens. Outside of that, really understanding and bringing the information to the people about how we fund and budget for our city is going to be huge for everyone involved, and just bringing back a sense of love for this city and its history and its future. I mean, it's been really one of our greatest accomplishments so far. I'd like to thank you for having me on. And
Miles, yeah.
Miles.
No, I'm bad with names.
No. I know. I know your name. I knew your name was Miles.
No, my bad. I overstepped that.
But no. I thank you for having me on. I think this is the best first podcast for me to do on this run.
Oh, for sure.
Because like the best thing for you to do is to play yourself,
right,
and not nobody else. And I quote I'll leave with everyone on is like right now what I got to do is just not look at nobody else's tests.
The whole fact.
I just keep my eye on my paper.
Easy, bro. And I'll tell you this, man, because I don't think it's a hard race to win. but I think I would say like you have 3. I'm gonna give you this game right here. You got like 3 things. You don't know your opponent, right? And that's gonna change because guaranteed it's gonna be somebody you've met before.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Probably their campaign manager.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Because they're gonna see you and like that's where motivation's gonna come because they're looking at your test.
Yeah, probably used to write their speeches.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're gonna see that and fundraising, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason I say fundraising, and that's why I gave you the teacher that I did, because the only reason I see fundraising as a hard thing, because you work a full-time job, and you work a full-time job and you can't be everywhere at once. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And the third thing is, more just like people engagement. You do it already, right? But like everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
Everywhere.
No.
So like if you go to like this is considered Bellevue. So like every spot, bang, 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 bang. And dude, like talk to these business owners. Like they'll tell you, because I do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll tell you what's up, they'll tell you what they need. And I'm not gonna say the promise of programs, but just a little hope. You know what I mean? Like, if there's money grant wise, federally or even statewide, where young entrepreneurs can start something up, just have. And there's a young lady in Albany, I just forgot her name. She does it for Albany. So she just helps those young entrepreneurs get that through I wouldn't say abandoned spaces, but vacant spaces, and they turn them commercial. So when you look at like I said earlier in Schenectady, you have these like you said, zoning, zoning different. I was just say they're different.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And they stop a lot of people from doing things. Rather than saying, "Oh no, I can." Oh yeah, this is it's a house with a big garage. Let me open up my cake shop there. But because the laws are so blanketed, a cake shop is not a barber shop. So you're not gonna have this, that, and that there, like you would with maybe like a barber shop or like even like a garage. So we have to kind of get like that niched into what the people need versus, and this is probably for like your second campaign, right? Versus how many, abandoned places we have, man. And like, and that goes along with the community gardens or anything else.
Yeah.
So it's like, once that starts happening, then property values go up, and then we don't have the exodus that we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. With that said, everyone, good show. Hold on, you want? I'll give you the last word.
Yo, shout out to Miles. Thank you so much for hosting this platform.
A big shout out to Miles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just gotta thank my host.
For sure.
Yeah. Thank you. I'll see you all soon.
All right. We out.